So my name's Jim Wrigley. I live down in Falmouth in Cornwall. I spent the 90s pretty much in the army. Started off with trade training or basic training, then trade training as a Class 1 mechanic. Posted over to Germany, did tours in Paderborn and Hohner in Germany, and then also did several tours of Batters. It was a great place, I loved it. Lots of people that hate it, but I loved it. And then also did several tours of Bosnia.
Okay, so what got you into reenactment, Jim?
It's something I kind of fell into, really. So where we live in Cornwall, a lot of the Americans left for the D-Day beaches, for Omaha Beach.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was right. I don't know, it's kind of something. Just kind of go, it's right to go and respect that.
Yeah.
And pay kind of due honours. So I got involved in that kind of stuff, trying to help out with that kind of remembrance stuff. And then my friend got me called this Jeep, so we started doing lifts, and a lot of the old soldiers couldn't walk down to the beaches anymore. So
yeah.
we were giving them lifts in that, and then we just got more and more stuff, and more reenactment, because it draws in the crowds, and people are interested in it, but it also makes a lot of money for the Forces charities.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's great that you're raising money for the charity. Which charities do you raise the money for?
SAFA,
yeah.
And there's a few other local small charities.
Okay, well, if you send me a link to them, I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, you got the Jeep. Can you tell us a bit about it?
So it's a 1944 Jeep. It's actually from the Philippines. If there's any spotters out there in YouTube.
Okay.
So a friend bought it from the Philippines. We bought a new tub for it. It's got an original engine. It's a very tired engine, as you'd expect after 80 years.
Yeah.
We've actually driven it all the way to Arnhem from Cornwall, from Falmouth in Cornwall.
That must have been a
drive, especially through the French roads. The French are actually really nice.
Yeah,
it's quite surprising.
I'm glad to hear that, because I'm across there next month.
Oh, good. And we've also gone from Falmouth in Cornwall to D-Day last year.
Yeah,
that was an amazing experience.
I can imagine it would be.
So much kit. I honestly believe there was more privately held equipment, including heavy armour, in D-Day last year than the British Army currently owns.
And probably more than actually landed, by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's about really.
Yeah, but no, it's I mean, it's in lovely condition. Your Jeep. You say it's getting tired, but
it's the most battle realistic.
I like that. Now I've got to ask you about that little lizard stuck to the side. Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, we're from Falmouth in Cornwall.
Yeah.
The friend's actually from the lizard.
Hence
the lizard.
I like that. Obviously, you got your Cornish flag going off in the background there as well. Yeah, no, I did wonder what was going on with that one. That was quite interesting to see.
It's also quite good for the kids, actually. You can set them on the task and find the lizard.
I like that. Yeah, and let's be honest, that's been one of the to me one of the big things about reenactment is getting the kids interested.
I think I use it as two things. I like to show both adults and kids how much kit the World War II soldiers had to carry.
Yeah.
You know, when people actually get the feel, the weight of a Bren gun or a Lee Enfield, and ammunition and magazines and webbing and water and entrenching sword and gas cape and respirator and helmet and a great coat. All that stuff. Just load it onto the kids, and it's great photos because they all love it. You know? But they also kind of go.
Yeah. Well, I did love that kid you had earlier who you said, "Now run to the tree and back 5 times," so he was about to set off.
He shot at you. Run away at night.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, do you find the youngsters have got the interest in the history, or is I mean, at a show like this,
I find the adults do as well.
Yeah.
But they're just a lot more shy. You know, even grown men, a lot more shy. Once you actually say, "Do you want to play?" on the dry side of the machine gun, they go, "Oh, okay, let's have a look."
Yeah.
You know. And my top tip generally at the end of a session when I'm chatting to somebody is, what you need to learn from today is pay attention at school, get some qualifications, and then you'll never need to carry all this equipment.
Yeah, I like that logic.
It's true.
Yeah.
make yourself invaluable somewhere else.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking to some reenactors, and they were saying the kids are now often more up on the World War II weapons.
Say again?
So some of the kids are now more up on the World War II weapons than the dads.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think computer games have probably got a lot to answer for that.
Kid that high, whatever age that is, was telling me about Bren gun. I was like, excellent, carry away. I learned something.
It's lovely when that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we mentioned the Bren a few times. I know you love the Bren, don't you? Because you were actually trained on that when you went into the army in 1990, weren't you?
Known as the LMG at that time.
Yes.
This is a 303 World War II 1942.
Mark 1, isn't it? Looking at it. Mark 1, isn't it?
Yes,
looking at it.
Right, yeah. I do love the sight mechanism, but I won't bore you about that.
You wouldn't bore me, but probably half the audience.
It's essentially a mechanical computer for everyone.
Yeah.
So this is 303. I was actually trained on the LMG, which is a 762 version, but the same gun for all intents and purposes in 1990. In the Army, you know? It's so reliable that they just kept it.
It was incredible.
It's a great gun if it's vehicle mounted.
Yeah, and it was also used a lot in Norway. The Royal Marines preferred the Bren to the Gympie because you didn't get ice and snow going on the ammunition.
Right, okay, yeah.
So it kind of helps when my friend Neil Grant's written the book on the Bren for Osprey. So but so do you talk us through?
I took this to work. I worked with an engineering firm, electronics engineering originally.
Yeah.
We're doing a talk on women in engineering.
Right.
And me being the spokesperson there, did my talk on women in engineering, and then went, I've actually got an example of when women in engineering work.
Yeah.
There was a machine gun on the table, to which everyone was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece of engineering.
Yeah. There's a whole series of photos, isn't there? I can't think what the character is called now.
Yeah. I don't know where it is, but I've seen it. But it's an excellent piece of engineering.
Yeah. So do you want to talk to us a bit about the Bren then? Let's keep the small arms people happy.
They're all going to correct me. That's the problem. So it's a 303 round, 303 British round. You have 30 rounds in here.
Yep.
It fires at a rate of 3 rounds a second. So you've got a whole 10 seconds worth of round. A whole 10 seconds worth of please go away, I don't want you to do that. That's what I call it.
I like that description.
You'd have basically the sections within the force, within the army during World War II was about supporting this weapon. This was the weapon. The Lee Enfield was your personal weapon to protect you, but the Bren gun was the weapon to achieve the objective, whatever that objective was. It wasn't necessarily taking a position objective, it might be a denial objective. So if you get the enemy in a position and an asset in a different position, you shoot in the middle to dissuade the enemy from moving through that field of fire.
Yeah.
You'd have 2 people, so you'd have the Bren gunner and the second. Second would carry more ammunition because you get through ammo quick once you get into a firefight. But you'd also carry spare barrels.
Yeah.
You pull this lever. This one won't actually come off because it's deactivated. But if you pull this lever, take off the barrel once it gets too hot or warm, put another barrel on and carry on.
Yeah. And it always amazes me that the whole section were carrying Bren magazines.
Yes, at least 2 magazines.
Yeah. Because I was always taught ammunition pouches for your ammunition.
Yes.
But then back then the doctrine was you carried your ammunition in the bandoliers.
And the poor old number 2s, if you've got a 6 or 8 man section, they're spread out over a couple of 100 metres with a firefight happening. Yeah. The poor old number 2, you start getting low on ammunition here, he's the one that's running to the other people at 200-300 metres away. You know?
Yeah.
And that's a great job because as soon as a firefight happens, the first thing you want to do is get up and start running around.
Yeah, it's not high on my list of things to do. Although the one thing I always used to like in training with this, what we used to do was slacken the barrel locking nut off just before we did a rundown shoot.
Oh, okay.
So what would happen is the unsuspected person would pick it up, leg it down the range, get to the firing point and realise all he's actually got is the barrel. You have to do things like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I bet you did probably similar things.
Much worse.
Yeah, we won't go into it yet, just in case statute of limitations hasn't run out.
Exactly, so just bigger toys.
Yeah, that sounds about right. No, that's been absolutely fascinating, Jim. Thank you very much for that.
Lovely. Cheers.